Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. So, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And did it live up to your exacting expectations?
For a Tuesday, you betcha.
Oh, good. Good.
I thought it was a good Tuesday, didn't you?
I liked it a lot. I thought there were some grand clues in here. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really, really well done.
Uh-huh. And just right for a Tuesday.
Yes.
Little bit of a challenge, but still easy enough that you could get through it in pretty good time.
Yeah, sort of that Goldilocks moment there. Mm-hmm. Not too hard, not too easy, just right.
Yep.
The theme was clever.
It was very clever. It was. There were, four theme clues and a revealer. And you knew they were themed clues because they had circled squares. And if you answered the puzzle correctly, those circled squares spelled out the name of an animal. So the first one was 17 across, which went the whole length of the puzzle, convenient source of tinctures and tonics, and that was corner drugstore. And the C and O and N of corner and the D of drug and the OR of store were the circled letters, and of course that spells condor. Then the next one was 29 across, singer of Despacito, which has more than 8 billion views on YouTube. And I thought it was going to be Bieber.
Oh.
Didn't he sing Despacito?
I think he might have done a version of it. I think the person...
Justin Bieber. But no, it was Luis Fonsi.
Right.
And the L, I, and O-N of his name were circled, which spells out lion. Then we had 49 across, item with hinged legs. And I thought, all I could think of was card table. And that is actually what it was, card table.
That's one more answer than I was able to think of.
Yeah, that was the only thing I could think. What is hinged legs? Oh, card table. Yep, that was it. And the C, R, A, and B were circled, which spells crab. And then finally, another one that ran the length of the puzzle, 61 across. That's not even the half of it, which the answer was, oh, you have no idea. And the H of O and Y of you, the E of have and N of O, no, and the A in idea were circled, and that spells hyena. So what do a condor, lion, crab, and hyena have in common? Well, you have to go to 37 across, which says popular camp activity, or literally what the circles are creating 4 times in this puzzle. And that is a scavenger hunt. Mm-hmm. So you have 4 animals that are scavengers, and you hunt them down through the circled squares.
Yep.
So that was the theme.
Very clever.
Yeah, nice.
I liked 17 across, the convenient source of tinctures and tonics.
Yeah.
Corner drugstore.
Yes, that was.
I think if you walk into your typical Walgreens these days and say, I would like some tinctures and tonics, they would give you a long stare.
They might.
That's such a great old-time fashion word. Go in and ask for leeches while you're there, I guess.
Right.
And that mysterious card table with hinged legs. Okay. Boy, it's been such a long time since I've thought about card tables.
Oh.
I watched that video with Louis Fonsi.
Oh, yeah.
And he seems to be sort of in a relatively poor area of somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. But then he's on a beach that looks like they've had to drive off all the tourists in order to make room for the video, for them to shoot the video.
Oh, really?
And he also looks extremely jacked. So wherever he is in the middle of this impoverished area, there's got to be a Planet Fitness around. Because you don't get arms like that just by holding a microphone.
I might just have to check that out myself.
Yep. Let's see. I started slowly, as is my wont. Went across gobble. I went for eat up.
Oh.
But it was snarf.
Snarf.
Which is a great word. I just love that.
I went for scarf, like you scarf something down. But then I realized I solved the puzzle and I didn't solve it. I thought I did. But then when I got to 2 down, corporal or sergeant, both of them abbreviated, I knew that had to be NCO,
Right.
not CCO. So that solved it there.
So snarf and scarf mean the same thing?
Mm-hmm. Scarf is also something you can wear around your neck, over your head.
I recognize that definition.
But yeah.
Let's see here. I was thinking about the fact, getting back to Louis Fonsi, that we've got this song Despacito, and then we also have 9 down, Janis Joplin's Me and Bobby Blank, and that was Bobby McGee.
Me and Bobby McGee. Yes.
And I wanted to know if you could possibly be thinking about Despacito and also trying to remember the melody for Me and Bobby McGee simultaneously.
I don't think so.
For me, Me and Bobby McGee won out over Despacito. I'm not quite sure why. It's just Janis Joplin's voice, I guess. A lot fewer special effects than in Despacito.
Yeah, I'm sure. So there was a lot of pop culture in this. I'm surprised you liked it so much.
Well, it was a Tuesday, so...
Six Across, English pop duo with the 1984 hit Last Christmas.
Wham. Yep.
Wham.
And then we had 6 down, Nuke for One, WMD. So neither of those sort of like leapt to mind. And the one underneath Wham, 15 Across, name of Sporty Spice and the Spice Girls, Mel C.
Mel C, yes.
Of course, you got that one right away.
No, I didn't. I couldn't remember who played Sporty Spice. But there were 2 Melanies in there, but one was Melanie Brown. I think she was Scary Spice, but Mel C, I don't know what the C stands for.
See, none of the, you're speaking a foreign language at this point, as far as I am concerned. I'm more prepared for things like 11 down, Playground Pathogen, Cootie.
I love that clue. That was my favorite. Playground Pathogen.
And also, and also because I like this word almost as much as snarf, dental detritus. Tartar, or tartar, rather.
Tartar.
Yeah, not tartar.
It is tartar.
Tartar.
No, that's a way you fix steak.
Really?
Tartar.
How do you spell tartar? As in the steak?
Tartare.
Really? What a difference an E makes, especially since it's basically silent.
Yeah.
You will recall the other day that I was trying to remember a 3-letter word for toupee, and I suggested lid.
Yes.
And it turned out the answer was rug.
That is right.
Well, it turns out that today, wasn't that just yesterday where we had that?
I believe so.
Yes. And so today we've got 42 Across, kettle component, lid. So there's the lid that I was looking for.
Right.
Now, considering when the podcast came out and when this crossword dropped, Will just had time to listen to our podcast and do the substitution.
Get a lid in there.
That's right. Either that or he has a time machine. I'm not sure which. But somehow he managed it. My hat, I should say, my lid is off to him.
And he probably also had to change 43 Across. And he's like, oh, let's just stick something in that we had in yesterday. Figure painted by Warhol.
Yes.
Mao.
I was ready for that one.
Yeah, me too.
It's just like, forget the...
It's not the can.
No,
it's Mao.
It's not the can, and it's not... Wait,
Marilyn
don't tell me.
Monroe.
I keep wanting to say Mae West. I don't know why.
Well, he might have painted her, too.
Right. We had 36 down, and we shouldn't have. Hang with the boys, slangily, bro down.
Bro down. I've never heard that.
So we just had bro date.
Yes.
And now we have bro down.
Bro down. Like
I'm waiting for a brouhaha or a brouhaha about all of this. It's just like, no, quit making portmanteaus that start with bro. That should be illegal. I'm pretty sure that was one of Trump's executive orders that he signed.
Maybe.
Ban portmanteaus that start with bro. Threw that in just to see if people were paying attention.
Oh, dear.
Let's see. That's as political as we're going to get.
Yeah, let's not even go there.
30 down celery component was stock.
That's right.
I thought that's all that celery is.
Yeah.
It's like, what's left other than the stalk?
Well, I mean, it's a bunch of stalks. So the bunch of celery is made up of stalks.
They call it a bunch of celery?
I believe so.
That seems sort of, I don't know, generic.
Well,
But
maybe there's a better term for it.
okay. Well, also, sort of in that same general area of something sounding a little bit more than I don't know how to describe it exactly. Let me just go to the example. 59 across, stir-fry accessory, wok.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not the accessory. That's the stir-fry. I mean, that's the thing
That's
you
the
need.
pan. That's the pan.
You can't. It is the essential ingredient or the essential piece of equipment to making a stir-fry.
Well, I guess. I mean, you can make a stir fry in a skillet too, but
Okay, well now you're complicating. Now you're complicating things. I had this
but
great.
I wouldn't consider a skillet an accessory.
I wouldn't consider a wok an accessory. I would consider it the main event.
Yes,
It's like no wok, no stir fry.
It's a utensil, and an accessory might be a spoon,
A ladle,
yeah.
or whatever it is that you stir your stir fry with.
Yeah, that was kind of worded a little differently, wasn't it?
Right. Mm-hmm. We had 33 down. Let's see. 33 down was marine photographer's aid, scuba.
Right.
That took me a while. I'm just like, okay, what sort of a camera would you use? Mm-hmm. I forgot about the fact that they have to be underwater to start.
Right. Yeah, that could be anybody's aid, not just a photographer.
Well, as long as you're underwater. I mean, if you're like directing...
Yes. Anyone going
Right.
underwater sort of needs that.
I'd like to point out if you're directing traffic, you probably don't need it as much.
No.
Although, considering all the exhaust gas you'd be inhaling, maybe you do want it. 41 down, Rummikub piece. Rummikub. Rummikub? Piece is a tile.
Mm-hmm. Must be some kind of a game where they use tiles.
Well, apparently, either that or it's some sort of a floor in a foreign tongue.
No, I think it must be a game.
Okay. My favorite clue in the crossword was 56 across. 56 across, piece of blackboard chalk geometrically, cylinder.
Uh-huh.
That was just great.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Yeah, I think we covered most of the important bits here.
Okay.
So let's wrap it up for the crossword.
All right.
Well done, Dan Caprera.
Nice job.
This is his sixth crossword. And of course, 6 is a perfect number because 1 plus 2 plus 3, the sum of all the divisors except for the number itself, equals 6.
Uh-huh.
And this is also a perfect crossword.
It was very, very good.
Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, it is Tuesday,
That it is.
which means it's time for Triplet Tuesday.
Do.
And for new listeners and old listeners with bad memories, Triplet Tuesday is that segment where one of us reads 3 clues to the other. The answer to all 3 clues is one 3-letter answer. The object is to guess that 3-letter answer in as few clues as possible. We do all of this 3 times, hence the name Triplet Tuesday. Listeners are invited to play along. Just hit pause after I've uttered the question and then see if you can guess it after the clue, before Gene does, because I will be posing the questions. And then after you're finished, drop us a line, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. Let us know how you did.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I sure hope so.
Listeners, are you ready? Can't hear you. We'll just take that to be a yes. Okay, here we go. Your first clue, brief connection.
Brief connection. Brief connection. Brief connection. Like brief, B-R-I-E-F.
I don't know any other way. I don't know any other way to spell brief. I suppose I could spell it B-R-E.
Maybe I was mishearing what you were saying.
Nope, brief.
Brief connection.
Brief connection. Actually, let me reread it. Brief connection.
Brief connection.
Yep. Wanted to make sure you heard the sort of the uptick there towards the end, because it's a question.
That means it's like a pun or something. Brief connection. I don't know.
Okay. Moving right along. Kindred.
Kindred?
Kindred.
Well, that could be all kinds of things. Mom, dad, bro.
Nope. But what a coincidence. Your third clue is bro or sis.
Sib.
Right.
Sib. What's that got to do with brief connection?
Well, so it's a connection between a brother and a sister. They're siblings, and it's brief. So it's a brief connection. That was a Saturday clue, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's kind of out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but you got it on 3.
Okay.
That was tough. All right, here we go. Next set of clues. Listeners, get ready. Something you might take a pass on.
Take a pass on.
Mm-hmm.
Bus.
Right.
That's all I could think of that you take a pass on.
Well, I should have phrased that as something you might take a pass on.
Oh.
I should have maybe deepened it a little bit around the word pass. Your second clue was clear as crystal. And then...
Bus?
Yeah, clean the table.
Oh, okay.
And then school kids transport.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, you nailed that one. You got that one easier than... All right.
Well, that second one was... I might probably wouldn't have gotten that. So.
Well, now I know. Let's try that one again. Clear as crystal. Oops, too late.
I kind of remember that clue now that you've said that a couple times.
Clear as crystal?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is a good clue.
That was, I think, in a Friday or Saturday person for sure.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Fan.
Fan?
Yep.
Fan. Fan.
She's thinking it over, listeners.
I am. Fan.
I can see the wheels turning.
Shh. Let me think. Fan.
I'm not stopping you.
Boy, I can't think of anything that's only 3 letters. Pal.
Nope. Okay. Second clue. Hidden mic.
Hidden mic. Bug.
Right.
Fan.
I don't know why that was a bug. I have no idea. Your third clue was snug rug inhabitant. All right. You got it on 3, 1, and 2. 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is 6.
A perfect number.
A perfect score. Yes. Nicely done.
Thank you.
All right. Listeners, we hope you did as well. Let us know. crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. That is it for today. So thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.